Okay, so this is the little tutorial. Hopefully I won't make it too complicated. I've gone back to the Mrs. Cog set and I've cut out the last 5 images that I've got left from the set. They're all absolutely, honestly, I just love this set. It's just called the Greenhouse. Whether we'll make 5 or not on camera, I don't know. So I've got my 5 images. The ones that are a bit larger, I've cut everything down so they're roughly 3 by 4. Some are a bit shorter this way, but they're 3 inches across. And I want my background papers, these are the vintage book pages, I want these to be approximately 4 by 5.5, so that's 10 centimetres by 14 centimetres. And I'm using a decollage ruler to cut these or tear these. I'm just going to show you one. That one. So 10 centimetres is 4 inches, so it's it's about here. I'm not worried too much about keeping these dead even. I want them roughly square, but do it by eye. And then we'll go this here, and 5.5 is what's 5.5 is about 14 centimetres. So somewhere towards the bottom here. And that's a similar, it's actually slightly bigger, but it's a similar size to one that we've made. So we'll tear down all the papers. I'll do that in a minute, but at this stage, right at this stage, is when we need to stitch on our image. So that's what I'm going to do. And when I stitch it on, I'm going to leave about 1.5 centimetres at the bottom, approximately. Just show you with each one. I actually might just cut this down slightly, just make it slightly narrower. It's okay at the top, but make it slightly narrower. So let's do that. That's better. And just because I'm very pedantic, I'm going to take a smidgen off the top as well. Okay. So that suits. Brilliant. Okay. Once you've done one, you can pop this on here. Line it up roughly. And do your measuring that way. Okay, so I'm going to go away, finish those and stitch each of these on. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch around each one, and then we'll move on. Okay, so they're all stitched, zigzagged round. The next thing we need to do is back them onto some backing paper. I'm using tea-dyed paper. It doesn't have to be tea-dyed paper, whatever. Could be lightweight card, but we're going to tear again, so you don't want anything too thick. And I'm just roughly gluing these down, because eventually I'll be stitching the edges. So again, go back to the ruler and just do exactly what we did before. Around the edges. you need to do that for each one so that we've got it backed. And then you need to go through your pattern paper. I'm keeping these very simple. I'm just going, I was going to do a dry embossed one, but I can't actually get to my my big shot. It's covered in papers and all sorts of things, so we won't do a dry embossed one. So I've gone through my scrapbook papers and I'm looking for plainish patterns that complement the colours. So this one will do for this. This Tim Holtz paper will look nice with this one. And these need to be torn down as well. And they need to be 4 inches by 2 inches. This is to make the toppers. And for this one, if I can find my ruler, I'm just going to do it just plain so that I can show you. I don't really want the white edge, but never mind. So 2 inches up from that is along the bottom of this here, approximately. And then we've got 4 inches this way. Or you can just do it, maybe we'll just do it this way. Turning it over because I don't want the white edge. Okay, so that's our 4 inch by 2 inch, and that eventually will sit over the top. I may make the others with a more raggedy edge. I'll go back to the decal edge one. But that's the basic principle, and it doesn't matter if this is just slightly longer, that looks quite nice as well. So let's go away and back them all and get our toppers ready. 4 inches by 2 inches with torn edges. Okay, so once I've got my toppers ready, I do crease them, and then I just want to tack them down really on the top here. And I want them, oh, I was going to say, if there's any white edges I don't like, just a bit of Distress ink, Vintage Photo, or I think I'm using Walnut Stain. Let's go with that side. And I want it, the topper, so it's just a little bit similar to the bottom here, perhaps slightly narrower gap here, just for the balance. And then what I do is stitch a zigzag across here, catching both edges. So just zigzag across there, and then do a stitch all around the edge as well, either zigzag or straight stitch. So I'm not going to do that one because I have done these 4. So I've gone across here, caught the back in, and then I've zigzagged around the edge. I nearly always use a neutral thread, cotton, but obviously anything goes. I didn't catch this one all the first time, so I just stitched across again. I do that first. So I'd go across here first and then round the edge. But they all look quite nice, I think, and they just need finishing off now. So I'm going to choose a few little accessories, and I'll come back and show you how I finish these off. Okay, so let's finish these off. This is my first one. I've got a little found quote here. It says "Happy in Paris." I don't know if she's in Paris, obviously, but we're going to pretend she is. And I don't want to cover the watering can, so I'm just going to put that up the side there. So that's a little bit of added interest for that one. I'm going to take this Paris, this Paris stamp, and I'm using archival ink. And I'm just going to stamp this opposite, in the opposite corner up here. Next one. And then we need to put some ribbon on it. And I could either use a grommet, or I've got this slot punch here, and I'm going to use the slot punch for this one just for a change. So I'm still going to mark the middle, or approximately the middle, where I want the slot to be. And then I can put this side over it. Let's get it straight. So we've got that in there, and I've chosen a very, very pale, it looks white, but it's actually a very, very pale pink. Picks up the white and the pink on her dress here. And I'm just going to pop this through and tie it in a bow. Just do it roughly first to get an idea of the how much ribbon I need. Okay, this is where it gets tricky, especially on camera. I usually take quite a long time over this bit, but that's not too bad. You have to fiddle with bows a little bit. I think that looks pretty nice for a journal card. So that's number one. If you want to stay around, I will finish the others off, but I'm going to do them all in a similar way this time. This one I'm going to use a eyelet, so let's just show you that. I'm also going to stamp on this one. I did wonder about stamping here. Don't know. I don't know. I'm going to put it this side because I might decide to put something down the bottom here. This is from the same St. Paul stamp set. And this is a pretty pale lemon which matches these flagstones, so I'm going to put a bow through there. So I should go through and just finish these off, and then I'll come back and show you the finished ones. So here we are, all done. Kept them very simple, just the bows at the top. The little found quotes, I haven't stamped this one. I thought this was a little bit busy to stamp on, so that one's just plain. This one has got both. It's got the found quote and a stamp. This one obviously has already got writing on it, so we've just got a stamp on the top there. You could add lace, obviously you saw me do this. You could add lace on the bottoms of these if you wanted to. This one I think would look quite nice with a bit of lace on the bottom because it's quite plain compared to the others. So that's something I might do at a later date. But if I did that, I would just literally tack it on with a bit of glue and then stitch across. So thank you if you've made it to the end, or even if you haven't. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.